Well, hi and welcome to my shop, and thank you very much for joining me here. Today is April 17th. It's a gray, rainy day outside, but last night I was out doing some astronomy, taking some astronomy photos. At some point I'll do a video and show you a bunch of the stuff that I can see with this little telescope I have. But first, I'm a YouTube maker in Canada. But YouTube is centered in the United States. The corporation, Google, is in the United States. Consequently, I'm earning American income in Canada. Oh my. Well, we have a treaty with the United States here in Canada, as many countries have with other countries, where we won't tax each other's citizens in a situation like this. So I don't have to pay American taxes on income that arrives here in Canada. But what I want to show you is what comes in the mail every year. I get one of these. Just comes in an envelope. What is this? Where'd it come from? It's a 1042S. Foreign persons U.S. source income subject to withholding. So I won't go into what this is. I just want to show it to you. American tax form in my hand. No wonder Americans hate doing their taxes. Oh my gosh, I looked through this thing. It would take me an hour just to learn all the little short forms that are in here. Oh my gosh, wow. So there's a requirements statement there in 4 languages. Anyway, I don't have to complete this. Lucky me. I just have to make sure that my declaration based on the treaty between Canada and the United States is, I have to declare it, which I do. YouTube makes this easy to do. Okay, I thought you'd be interested in seeing that now, because it is tax time both in the States and here in Canada. So I'm doing my Canadian taxes, which is pretty easy, pretty straightforward, at least for me. For me it is. Okay, now, and just in case you're curious, yes, I claim my YouTube income on my taxes. Of course I do. So just in case you're curious. Now, what are we going to do with this radio? So I've done 2 strings. One went well. Actually both of them went well, but I'm caught in this problem of there being a slippy clutch here. Oh my, look at that. So I'm not going to work on the slippy clutch problem. I think I'm going to spend some time thinking about it, and the one thing I have identified already is this pointer is dragging quite heavily up here. So is this the problem? I don't know. But the fact is, there's another string to do in this radio. The band string. So there, behind the faceplate here is a flat piece of material, like a heavy cardboard or something like that. Here, it's something like this, sitting behind here. And one end is attached to this string you see here, and attached there. Hey, you know, I should be careful with this because this is a big hint. This is a big hint on how this is done. I couldn't find any diagrams for this part. There's a diagram for the other 2 stringing operations, but I couldn't find anything for this. So as you change bands, this paper shifts along back and forth like this. And on it are written the different bands, and the words show up in a little window. And that's how it works. So, probably one thing to do is to turn this to an extreme, one extreme or the other. Figure out which extreme it is on here, which band I'm on. How am I going to do that? So there's a knob that fits on here that's driving the band change. Look at this wild knob, eh? This one says on off on there. This one says band. Complicated looking thing. Has spring really worked into the this is quite a knob. It has a slot here to prevent any sliding, or to position it correctly. And there we are. The other knob would be in here. Why don't I put it on? Wow. Tune, it says right on it. Nice. Very nice. What's the point? Is the point here? Coming down the side? Okay, so what band are we on here? We can assume to start with, this is the broadcast band. If that's so, then this string is being pulled tight. No. Well, it depends how it goes, Jim. Which way does it go? Pulling it tight would be this way. So where is the word AM on the piece of paper? Well, that's a good question. Let's find out here. Put this right here like that. Okay, maybe like that's going to be fine. Let's take a look. Okay, autofocus is helping out right now. Where's it going to end? There we go. Okay, so we see B. I think the other string is hanging out here. Is that what this is? In other words, the whole string is here. It just appears to be broken. Just 1 second here. There we go. Okay, so I'm pulling on. I pulled the string tight. What I want to find out is what's on the. So that's D, C. Oh, that's what they've done. B and A. Oh, for crying out loud! I thought they'd actually tell you what the band is. Band A, Band B, Band C, Band D, Band E, Band F. Whoa, they keep going. Band G. You kidding me? There's that many bands here? That's the string you pulled just as tight. Well, there isn't much left of it here. Like that. Oh yeah, there's all these little string guides. G. A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. How many is that? A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. That's 7 bands. Really? Wow. Okay. I'm all excited now. 7 bands in this radio. Wow. Wave band position. It only goes up to here on this sheet is the alignment instructions, and here's the bands A, B, C, D, and E. What about F and G? Sounds like I'm swearing. F and G, man, what are you trying to do here? Well, that's curious. Here's some more band information here. Well, these are capacitor numbers. They aren't actually band numbers here. Where the alignment stuff is. How many alignment holes are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 2 sets of 5 band adjustment holes there. Sounds like 5 bands. So E and F? I don't know what that could be. Oh, well, one of them's got to be... No, these buttons will work anytime because they mechanically move the capacitor. So any band, anytime. They've all got... This is a phono button here. These are all AM stations. These are all Buffalo stations here. So this is for this area, probably in Toronto. It's got CBL here, which is the CBC station. Got 1 Canadian station, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 American stations. Wonder if this radio was for sale in Canada, probably. I'm looking for hints here. What am I looking for? I'm looking for how to know the position of the band switch. Looking for some indication without going out and dragging out the radio cabinet, which is going to be awkward. I'm going to stop here. Well, let's take a look at Radio Museum here. There's some interesting photographs of this radio. The one I have is a little bit buried in my garage. So you can see the knob there. That's the right radio. All the buttons going across. How many bands? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unless I'm misreading that, and I doubt it, there's only 5 bands. So why the A, B, C, D, E, F, G? Why that? Why does it go to G? Very curious about that. No indication anywhere here of what's going on there. I looked at these different photographs. None of them are helping too much. None of them reveal the knob position here. This looks like it might have even been refinished and the words are gone from it. But look at this. So this is somebody else's radio, and they have this antenna here, and this is almost certainly a loop antenna of some complexity inside here. Got 2 wires connected to it, which also indicates it's a loop antenna. Mounted on the left side of the cabinet in my radio, there's nothing there. On the right side of my cabinet is a flat sheet with aluminum sheet, a flat cardboard sheet with aluminum on the inside of it, and a single rivet going to it, and a little wire hanging off of it. Not this at all. So don't know if we looked at the other side of this radio, we'd see the flat sheet. Don't know. Because, well, look at this radio here. So this is probably the same one. So we see the antenna there, but nothing over here at all. Where mine has this sheet mounted here. Wait a minute, it is here. There's the wire to it. Okay, so this radio's missing its special loop antenna. That's another strike against it. Poor radio. Unless I just overlooked this. Okay, I'm going to go out. I have to look at the cabinet myself, figure out what the band order is with the band switch, so I know what I'm doing. And that's what I got to do. Okay, so I went out and I took a look at my radio out there. So this is a shot of the side of the cabinet below where that special antenna would be. Nothing there. This is the where the this knob is protruding here. No writing. This is the volume control knob. Again, there's no writing visible. It's a lousy photograph though, because it's so awkward. It's sticking my hand in to get these. There's a nice shot of the front of the radio there. It's a Silvertone on the top, nicely. Buttons coming out through there. Yeah, that's a shot of the speaker grill, and it's a little hard to see in the photo, but it's all torn and worn out through here. And there's a bigger rip off to the side there that you can't see. Nope, that's a missed photo. That's a shot of the, again, this where this knob sticks out. Just looking near the top. There's no evidence that there was ever any words there, which is rather odd, because somewhere they would want to have an indication of what band you're... Oh, for crying out loud, Jim. Oh, I have fun with myself. That's what this is, Jim. This is the band indicator here. So, yeah. Well, we'll have to go on the assumption. What would the assumption be? The assumption would be AM here. You know, I can turn this radio on and we can figure it out for sure. That's what I got to do. I've got to be sure of what band I'm on. And I got nothing here but just guesswork right now. Because I don't know which way this string wraps. It can go out this hole, it can go out this hole, do all kinds of stuff. And this other string, is it long enough to get all the way back? Did these? Well, I don't think so. Because I think what's missing probably is a spring and a little more string. Well, that means I'd have to retie this. Maybe I could put a knot in this and just extend it. Because retying it doesn't look very good. Well, I don't know. Okay. Good. I'm going to stop for a bit before I commit to this. With no instructions, I think I really have to examine this carefully. You know, I'm kind of lucky that yesterday I spotted these guys here. These little, there's one here, there's one here. This is weird, way up here. Way up here. And there's two on this side, one here and one right here. And I just imagine the string coming across, tying into the strip here. and then carrying on, what would it do? Well, this side would have to do this. It would have to go like this. It would have to come back. Oh, underneath, like behind. I'm just going to pull it over the top. When we get to here, so it could be coming above this knob over to a spot like this. That makes it all the way to the wheel, in fact. That might be just a wee bit better. The camera's really loose. I knocked the tripod over the other day, not while shooting a video, when I was in here doing something. I caught my foot on something, knocked the tripod over, and the camera banged right onto the floor. And that ripped the screw out of the bottom of the camera camera foot. And now it's loose. Okay, we don't have to worry about that. Everything needs repair, it seems. So if that's the case, then we would imagine this would come out here. We could imagine that. Come out there. Okay, so I can pretend to be the return string here. So I need to get the camera. We need to see what it's doing up there. How am I going to tip this? We'll do this. Okay, I got an idea. I got a good idea here. Okay, in the bottom corner now you can see through the gap there. The window. Okay, let's start over here. Okay, this is one extreme position, and the string is restricting the movement. I'm going to release the string a bit, and I want to move this. So I'm doing well, you can see what I'm doing. What am I talking about? I don't have to talk about it. F. Can't make it to G. Not in this position. This is one extreme. But you know what? I would guess, again, we're going to have to figure this out, that the broadcast band would be, doesn't go all the way up, would be up there. That's the broadcast band, and this came down through here. What do we get in the window? E. But we really want, pretty sure we want that. We got a ton of spare string here. Will this go up? This is probably going to turn the wrong way now, though, because no, it's going to release. Okay, so we're in band A. Hey, that's exactly where it should be. This has got to be the way the string is supposed to go. Under here, it's catching in here. It's rubbing right there. It's interfering with this. Doesn't make a lot of sense, except A is in the window. B. E. What about F and G? Oh, yeah, F and G is probably for another radio. There's probably another model with 2 more bands on it, F and G. Still sounds like I'm swearing. I hope YouTube doesn't get upset about that. That's got to be what it is. So, question, is this really band A? I'm going to have to operate the radio and find out. Okay, I'm not really ready to do that. I have to hook up a speaker and all this kind of stuff. Why would I want to do that? I think we can be pretty certain about this. So this piece here, this foam piece, wouldn't be here. If the cabinet were in, it would be up here like this. And then there's really no interference here of any real significance. In fact, it's not touching. It's very close, but it's not touching. And if the other string were to come back, that's coming down off of this wheel into here would also not be touching. Very close. Is it right? So the string's not long enough. It would have to be extended. If I put it in place here a little bit better, like this, it needs to be extended about that amount. That puts a knot somewhere here. We don't want a knot traveling over top of this part. Probably cut the string back to here, tie a new string on, and there's a knot moving back here, which is probably unimportant. So that's how I could extend the string. There's a hook here to catch a loop. These things are somewhat aimed at the opening. This one's not. It's kind of aimed down this way, but you can imagine it's really meant for this opening. It's not meant for this one, that's for sure, because it wouldn't stay on the hook. So if that's a hook and a spring, it doesn't quite work out that well because the angle of this isn't quite right. No matter what, it's not right. You know what I mean? Like if a string came down here, it'd be ready to pull off at a moment's notice. Well, this is like a hook to nothing. How could you ever utilize that? So there's a similar hook here. You see, this hook is aimed right at the opening. Are both strings supposed to go on the same hook and come out the same opening? One's got to go up one side, the other's got to go up the other side. It's the only way this can work. You got two openings. Why, they just put one in for fun? There must be a string going through one of them. This string here where it's hooked, assuming it's original and it didn't come off, this string can't go anywhere but out of this hole. But it could go back this way. But I think we've already seen if it did, it would be moving the tape the wrong way, moving the band indicator the wrong way. That means if you're coming down from here, you got to come down this side and enter here. But as you turn this, right other way. Coming down here, you'll be going in here, and then you want to come back and catch this. But this is aimed the other way. You want to come in here, possibly past the past here. So the string is coming in. It's going past here and encountering a spring from here to here, but this still isn't aimed the right way. This is aimed straight that way. So it really is begging something to go this way. So if it did go this way, you could have a spring here. You come out and go this way. I think that would work. We'd have to go up, let the string go around here, and then get a spring in here. I think that would work. This is much too big of a spring. And the little one that came with this radio was on the other string. This is very light though. And it's the right kind of size, but you're not going to get any pullback. Now, surely moving this tape is an easy deal. I don't know. Feels like it's pretty crunchy in there. But it should be relatively easy. Let's turn this band switch. You could put a lot of power into this. You got this big lever. You could really drive this thing, even though it's geared against you. It's geared in a way that makes you weaker out here than here. But still, this is powerful. So if you bung this up somehow, ooh, you could crush it. Well, I can't see another way of doing this than what I've described. Need to get the right size spring to go in here. Need to get a piece of string to extend this one a little bit, and then try it out. That's the best I can do. Okay, so I've extended the string, put a knot in it. Oops, not this end. Way back here. It's not a very good knot. Ooh, it's no good at all. My knot is slipping. So this is all excess string here. This is the real string now. What I want to do is I want to make sure that the knot isn't going to interfere on something. So we're gonna run this through the back here. I have a lot of excess string here I haven't cut yet. Okay, so it looks like it must go under the magic eye. I was never very good at fishing. I think it's kind of obvious now. Oh, for crying out loud. There we go. Okay, now this all fell off over the fooey. Be very careful about any sensations of frustration. When you're doing this kind of stuff, as soon as you start feeling that, you gotta fight it. Fight it off. Or stop. Maybe that's your final defense. Stop whatever you're doing. Because once you get frustrated, then you stop thinking. And you start acting without thinking. And that's just part of our human nature. It's an attempt to make something happen that you're having trouble with. Trying to accelerate it, but it's all driven by emotion and feeling, and that's probably not going to work out. Keep the top one here. Emotional decision making. That's the thing about being a human being. We're human beings. Okay, so I've done this the way it's supposed to be over here. The knot is, where's the knot? Must be right under the magic eye there. Way under there. So there's no way it's going to come over and interfere with these things. So that knot would work fine. So now we have this coming over. We want it to come through here. And the idea is it would go down, come up here, meet up with a spring right in here. I'm using black string. How am I supposed to mark that? My black magic marker is not going to show up. If I were bold, I could cut it, but I'm pretty sure I haven't got things exactly right. Even though I might think I do. Well, I could cut it back here and get rid of some of this excess. But that's not helping much. Need to fetch the spring, get the spring on right in here. Actually not right in there. Need a spring. I gotta find a spring. Hey, there's a spring laying right here on my bench. I like that. Ooh, that feels good. Let's hear it. Come on down. Way up in the sky there. Okay, how's this spring work out here? On here. See, it's hardly stretching. By the time it's bumping into this, you're hardly getting a stretch on it. You don't need much on this string. Not much. Not much. This will probably do it. This would probably do it. Okay, assuming this is good enough. You gotta get the string position now. Correct. So where the string is coming down here is rubbing right on this edge, even though it's in this pulley wheel. I got this right? What if I just run this through here? Here now. So you can't see it now. Oh, my little camera's still going. Let's move it from here. Careful, man. Oh. Okay. Camera on the floor. Camera on the floor. I just want to hold this here. Okay. A little awkward, but was I talking about rushing? Not having patience? Can you see the letter? You can kind of see the letter. Show me the letter as long as you can see it. I don't care if it's in focus. Come on. Ta-da! There we go. Okay, we're seeing E. I'm going to turn this. Good. It's doing the right thing. It's doing the right thing. D. It's good. It's perfect. It's centered properly and everything. This is the room, McCoy. This is the spot. Okay. Now I really need to mark the string. Maybe I can see green on it. So the spring is coming basically to about here. You can't really pull past this little screw head here, so I think we want to tie the spring on right here. Any chance of seeing that? I don't know. Can't see it at all. Okay, another way. I'm going to grab the string here. This is where we want the spring to go, right there. Right there. Yesterday I cut a tree down in the backyard. That's a big thrill. It's not too often you cut a tree down on your property. Small tree. Okay, so we have this now, and we want it to come down meet up with the spring here. Let's put the spring on. Not quite where I wanted it, but I think that's okay. This excess string here. Spring in the right spot at all. The string is way off. The knot is way too soon. How did that happen? What changed? Something changed? The string is on everywhere. I thought for sure I did this nicely. No, I did not. That's a pain in the arse. Okay, can you say that on YouTube? I whispered it, so maybe I'm going to get away with it. Yeah, if you're impressed with how I can do all this work and never swear, if the cameras weren't on, I'm just like everybody else. I express my frustrations verbally when I'm alone. I've never been one for swearing a lot. It looks to me like people in England just love to swear. Holy smokes. Pretty loose with the F word, it looks like, in England. That's the impression I get. So I think when I tied the knot, I shortened it. I shortened up the string quite a bit. I think that's probably where I went wrong. I didn't think about that. I thought I had it. How can that be? Oh. I'm still holding here, but I'm shortening it up here. That's kind of how that mistake can happen. I have to allow for some knot shortening. Allow for the knot. I did not allow for the knot. So allowing for the knot now, we'll put the loop here. Oops. Knot got a little tight suddenly. How did that happen? Okay. How do we do this time? I think that'll work. It looks too long now. How did it get longer? It came off here. Okay. Looks good. Now I gotta get it on that hook. spring with a pair of pliers. On there, but the spring is interfered with here. I got my tool stuck in. I don't know that it really put much tension on it. Whew, pretty loose. Let's see what happens here. And we'll focus this a little bit. Let's get it in focus. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, D, E. So this would be band E, and the knob is in the right position for band E. Try and stay there. D, A, C. Don't know my alphabet. B. Ooh, what happened there? That last one was a doozy. Who's interfering with who here? Good back there. And what happened in the... I think it's success. Yeah, I think I did it. Holy smokes. Happy day. Another string on. 3 of them on here. Boy, oh boy, I tell you. Facing strings, not my favorite thing. So we got some excess here we need to remove. Usually this is the point where I cut the wrong string, and then there's some excess back here that I have to, yikes, kind of did that a little. Oh, I think I see what might, uh-oh, we got a problem. We have a problem here. Oops. I'll show you the problem. The 2 strings are crossing right here. The white one is the dial string and the black one is the one I just did with a big ugly knot on it. Now I'm going to move the band selector. It's dragging here. The 2 knots are interfering now, I think. Close anyway, but you can see what's going to happen here. That's a lousy knot. I got to put some glue on that too because it's going to come undone or knot it up better. Okay, let's tune the radio now. Oh, yeah, right. Tune the radio. Good luck on that. Can't get it to move. Let me help it here. Give it some help. You see the spring is coming over, banging into the knot. What's the alternative here? Take the black string. See, the black string starts out on this side below the white string. Get there. See, it starts out below the white string, but ends up on this side above the white string, because the white string is down there. Strings everywhere. Look at that. Looks like some kind of superhighway, some kind of interchange. So yeah, no, that's just where it goes. Oh, there's little hooky things there. Is that a hooky thing? Sorry, I can't aim the camera properly. There, right in the there in the center. Oh, it's a hole. Is it? What is that? Why do I think I saw some hooky thing somewhere and thought to myself, oh, I better not forget those. There's probably other ones. Well, it's got a, so this is crazy. So you know what it is? I think I got the black string going over top of the white string when it should be in behind it. So it's crossing it. And is it? Yeah, I think it's I think we see it. Yeah, see there, two of them are crossing each other. But this black one should be behind the white one all the time. But it can't because it's going right over, right there. You can see it, right there. So that's a mistake. And my options are I could take the spring off briefly and then switch it around and put the spring back on the white wire. Or I could stick with what I'm familiar with this morning. I'd have to release this, pull it back through all the way. That's okay. Untangle it and then put it back in. I think that's really the way to do it. I think that's the way to do it. Okay, I thought it was done. I was getting all excited. Maybe before I do this, I'm going to take a little break. And then we'll redo this and solve that last problem. Once more into the breech. Okay, we'll pull this guy off here. How painful. Now I can really see the, I could have seen this had I looked. I would have seen this. But pretty hard to think of everything, especially, I've never done this before, this particular radio, so I'll know better next time, but there probably won't be a next time. Well, there might be another radio with similar things. Last time I learned it was better to put the spring on and then work back. No. Put the hook on. Put the spring on. Put the spring on the hook. Not very tight. They come off somewhere. Did not. Wow, has it ever seemed loose? Sneaky I can do here. Okay, watching the letter E. Perfect. The string is nowhere near interfering anymore. Excellent. Now I gotta get the excess string here. was worried about, wasn't it? Oops. Put another knot in it. Not much of a knot. Okay, I think that's good. There we go. Now get rid of some of that white string there too. Excess white string. There we go. 3 strings on. Hot diggity dog. So from here, I go back to fooling around with the capacitors underneath. Think about replacing these 2 guys, which just don't look very healthy. And that's probably what's next in store here. In the meantime, the string problems, they are not going to go away, like this this slipping clutch problem. Oh, look at that. I mean, all that distance there. So I have to investigate that at some point, just exactly what it is that's holding it back. Not much. It's going places. It'll be very tricky to assess where the drag is. Could be all over the place, little bits of drag everywhere, all adding up. Okay, not going to fiddle with that now. We're done for today. Excellent. All 3 strings on. Wow. Big hurdle jumped. Thanks a lot for watching, and tomorrow we'll do something that involves electricity. Yeah, that'd be good. See ya.